The Venice-class escort was the result of 9 months of rapid development before the onset of hostilities between the United American States and the Union of Progressive Peoples during the Eridani crisis of the early 2270s. Based on an existing class of system patrol ship, the Venice-class was significantly upgraded in terms of range, sensors, and armament, with speed considered to be an acceptable trade-off in the shipping escort role. Armed with a single railgun and a nose mount, two 80-megawatt point defense infrared lasers, and a multi-launch cell of 8 short-lance torpedoes, the Venice class was planned to be a formidable foe for UPP privateers. The first flight of vessels went into service in only 6 months and suffered from significant and sometimes catastrophic power system faults due to the small ship's significantly overloaded electrical system. 2 ships were lost in as many weeks in engagement with UPP raiders, though not before inflicting heavy damage on their assailants. These problems were largely fixed in the second flight of vessels, and the class saw service across the outer rim for the 18 months of open conflict before the surviving ships were rapidly decommissioned at the end of hostilities. The third flight of vessels were undergoing outfitting at the end of the crisis and were sold to private concerns after being demilitarized. In its second life as a deep space survey ship, Laudomia's layout is non-optimal, and crew conditions are cramped. The ship's power system is in many ways inadequate to the task of supplying the enormous supercomputing cluster replacing the torpedo cells, and keeping the ship cool is an ongoing challenge. The liquid mercury telescope occupying the forward railgun turret required nearly 2 years of constant repair and refit to remove persistent problems caused by the ship's artificial gravity. Nevertheless, Laudomia has served with distinction, and a posting to the ship is considered to be a boon in an organization that does almost no pure science. Welcome back to Heat Death, Issue 3. I am your game mother, Cameron, and joining me tonight are
Corey,
Alex,
Ian,
and Adam.
When last we left our group, you had just investigated a parallel structure.
shit's haunted.
Yeah.
Barker and Schaefer had just returned from a spacewalk, kind of, inside some weird structure inside the space station.
We got some chonks, didn't we?
Yeah. Sure
We
did.
should have a look at those.
And Holloway, the ship's, one of the ship's synthetics, and Sinclair were just on their way down to see you. And Moritaka, you had been running control, right? Or
Correct.
operations for them?
Yep.
As you remove your helmets, this god-awful smell assails you. Like, kind of sweet and acrid. And it seems to be like, it occurs to you, whatever the atmosphere is over there is gross.
Boy, I hope this isn't toxic.
Yeah, that's a good question. Or good statement.
Yeah, the sweet smelling stuff is the one that kills you the worst.
Yeah. This could be a problem. Hey, do we have are we communicating yet?
you should have me on the other side of the radio.
Yeah. Hey, Moritaka, I have some samples. There was some... It looked organic.
Good, bag it and tag it before you come back through the airlock.
Okay.
What's the over and under on us getting a decontam? Because, like, there's residue.
Yeah.
We may just... I can't exactly do without 2 people, so we may have to just leave the suits in the airlock for the moment.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Sinclair, you had heard something through the walls.
There may be rats in the walls. Which is surprising, considering they haven't gotten into the interior. These books should be trashed by now with little furry rodents tunneling through their interiors, or perhaps those clothes that you found in the cargo area for us would be torn to shreds.
Yeah, there are many stories about ships or crews coming out of hypersleep to discover that all of their food has been eaten
Oh.
while they're in hypersleep and converted into cockroaches or rats. Roaches are especially bad because they eat everything, convert it into more cockroaches, die when the ship freezes up. But in the interim, there was at least one ship where they laid eggs in the insulation, and as soon as the ship warmed, like, they just could not get it out of the ship. And that's like, you know, you come out of hypersleep at the end of one jump, and you have no food. Right?
It's like, like, no, we're it's better this way.
Yeah.
Like, and the story goes that ICC quarantine didn't even let them off the ship with their hair, right? Like, these were some weird mutant cockroach
so
that just
gross.
like, if it got into other ships, you would be very bad
It's not like
for crude space exploration.
it's not like rad roaches where they can like melee you to death. They're just like absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, unkillable.
And this is the reason why I'm letting you back in with only your pants off.
Great.
Cool.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll skinny down and
Yeah, I
hang
want to get out of the
stuff up.
suit and we'll hang it up and everything, and then I want to get back to, I guess where somewhere I can take a look at these things that we scraped off.
yeah, try to breathe
Okay.
shallow.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what's everyone's stress at?
2.
2.
Two?
Still 1.
2, 1? Okay. That's starting to creep up there. It's not catastrophic yet, but those of you with 2 are definitely feeling like tired and antsy.
Ah, that's a mood.
Just like struggling with a buckle. It's like, fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Where like suddenly, actually that smell is worth the point of stress.
All right.
I feel that that's appropriate.
Should I take one as soon as the door opens as well?
It wasn't a surprise for you,
Okay.
so
That makes sense.
yeah, but like definitely breaking the seal and having something assail your senses that you weren't expecting
That's gross.
is upsetting. Right? You've already been through one upsetting experience, and now it has followed you back.
All right. I guess we can exit the airlock.
Yeah.
Schaefer, do you smoke?
Occasionally, I will now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. Everyone smokes.
Yeah.
Right? It's the 1970s.
I'll
Yeah.
give him one of my Imperials. I think this
Sick.
is an appropriate time.
Thanks.
The stink you know, right?
Yeah. I like the idea of Schaefer and God, Alex, I'm sorry, I can't
This
remember.
Barker. I
Barker.
cheat by looking at the screen.
Yeah, I like the idea of Schaefer and Barker like sitting there, and I've got this bag with like
Weird
wall
shit
flash.
in it.
Yeah, and I'm just like, just waiting.
Fuck is it?
I don't know.
Oh, fucking hell.
Does it, Cameron? Does it like it doesn't bleed or anything, right? Like
No,
it's organic, right? Like I can tell.
Yeah, it is. It's like some kind of secreted resin. It's
Secreted for what?
black and glassy and hard
Yeah.
and brittle. I want to say,
Okay.
like it's. It reminds you kind of like a beetle shell.
Like chitin.
Yeah,
Yeah. Chitness.
chitin. Yeah, chitin.
We used to have chitlins back home.
Are you still on your way, or are you listening at the wall?
I'd say we move along.
Okay.
What was that noise? Must be rats.
Yeah.
It's utterly conceivable.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, Holloway does agree with you that it's unusual that if there are rats in the station, and let's be honest, it's not impossible that all of this has not been demolished yet.
It's amazingly well isolated.
What does everyone want to do? Let's say that you meet up with everyone else then?
Yeah. I want to get analyzing on these things.
Yeah. Ho there, explorers! What news from the outside?
Well,
It's dark and weird.
yeah, we found a area that I've never seen anything like it. It looks like it's like a mold, but it's not.
If they built that, I don't want to know where they got the blueprints.
Yeah. It's constructed of some kind. I have some samples that I brought back, but it's kind of like like I'll show you. I'll be like, look, it's kind of like a beetle shell almost.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's hard,
that's-
right?
Definitely.
It doesn't bleed. Like I cut a piece off and it wasn't like, there's no scream or anything, right? Like it wasn't like, it's not like I cut it from like something
Why
that was alive.
would the walls scream?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like it's organic. So
Okay,
it's
and,
if the walls are organic,
I mean, like I said, fungus covers everything.
yeah. But this isn't a fungus.
Did you see any sign of human life on the other side, or
No, we didn't see
perhaps the
anything.
entire crew was reborn?
What do you mean reborn?
Oh, well, we've made a discovery, Holloway and I. See, this facility was built by one Church of the Blessed Rebirth, and they wished to pass beyond this life into one that would last beyond the heat death of the universe. Whatever that means. My theory is that they all went to cryosleep of some kind while the moon below us was being terraformed, and they would wake up into a brand new Eden without all of that previous society baggage to go along with them. See, this giant labyrinthine library was constructed to show the faultiness of the past works of man and how useless they are to our long-term survivability, since they clearly don't work since we continue to die.
That's a lot of words for I don't want to pay taxes.
My man's got a point. Oof. Boy, up high.
I'm also a little concerned, actually, about the fact that I lost signal
Yeah.
to the drone halfway into your little adventure here.
Well, we did go through a doorway that opened on its own.
Yeah, that should.
It looked like it was part of the same structure that we cut this stuff off of. Like the door opened by itself. It wasn't mechanical. It was an anus, essentially.
Just like it was an anus.
Yeah, it was an anus. And it closed behind us, and we weren't trapped or anything, right? We could go in and out as we pleased. But as far as I could tell, it wasn't mechanical.
But these robots the radios on these things are rated for at least a couple 100 meters through solid rock. We
Yeah.
should have no problem with a doorway.
I don't know. I'd have to take a closer look at what I scraped off the wall.
I think
before-
we definitely want to examine that to
Yeah.
see if that's
When
causing
I-
any sort of interference. Because if that is, this could have some serious potential.
Holloway pipes up. She says, well, we could take it to the station's med lab and
We're
have a
gonna
look
have
at
to.
it there.
Yeah.
We don't have much else to do. And actually, I want to get the two of you examined for anything you might have brought back here. Like I said, we can't afford any down crew members.
Is anyone else detecting an odor?
Yeah.
Whew. Maybe it is time for another shower, boys.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm into that.
All right. Yeah, I'd like to head to the med bay.
Also, to be perfectly fair, you've been working quite hard for several hours. It might be time for you to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right, sleep, the thing that humans have to do. Okay, so then, yeah, considering
Why
how long
don't-
we've been going, I'll do this tomorrow. If we just rest now.
Why don't you give the information to Holloway to get started on the analysis? We can do the quick scan on you, and then we can all take a little shut-eye. 'Cause I'm assuming you don't need much more downtime?
I can operate indefinitely.
Okay, let's do that then.
Well, okay, so the plan was take these two to
med bay.
med lab. Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Make a scrape and peel.
Does anyone have relevant skills?
I don't have medical
I have
aid
1
now.
point in medical aid.
Okay, well,
Can I do medical aid with untrained? Like
Yes.
with wits? Like just, Yeah. Well,
yeah,
then
you can. So why don't we all know where med lab is? Let's pretend that we all there's where ops is, so you can find med lab. It'll take you a little while to get there. While you're passing through the library again, I would like you all to give me an observation roll.
We roll stress dice, right?
Yep.
Equal to the number of stress we have?
Yes.
Okay. You go ahead.
Oof. No success.
Uh-oh. I got 1 success on my stress die and 1 on my stress die.
Stress
So you have panic. What you do is you roll a die 6 and add your current level of stress.
Cameron, I got
Uh-oh.
2 successes.
2 successes?
Yeah.
What did you roll?
6.
Well, let's.
Plus 3 is 9.
I think what you basically happens is you have like, you need a sit down.
Da, 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 da. I have a Richard E. Grant morning.
Yeah.
2 successes and 1 on the stress.
1 on the stress. Roll me a die 6. Add your current stress level.
3.
3. You are fine.
I am
Barker?
not fine.
Whether by stress, confusion, or the realization that you're all going to die anyway, you drop a weapon or some other important item. What objects do you have?
Like, nothing.
Cigarettes.
Yeah.
I left my my suit in the airlock. I wasn't carrying any like tools or anything.
You lose your cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
You might not realize it until later,
Gotcha.
but they're gone. They're floating somewhere.
pissed.
Sorry, and 1 success? 2 successes. 2? I'm just trying to determine who sees a thing. Who had it on the... What was your successes on stress dice?
I had no successes on
I had
stress.
1
One?
success on stress.
I had a failure on stress.
You had a failure on stress.
I had both.
Schaefer, as you're moving through the library in one of the 0G sections, a book floats past you, and it has had large sections cut out of each page.
Okay, I'll stop it.
Yeah, it's very unusual. It's like, it may be nothing, but there's a one book with like, it looks like someone has taken an X-Acto knife and cut like paragraphs and words and letters out of the book.
Okay, I'll take the book.
Yeah.
I'll just take a look at it.
It's a kind of cipher that someone has written. They've subtracted words from a text to make a new text.
Okay, I'll hold on to the book for now so
Weird.
you'll
Okay.
get it later.
It's like, are we in space, Myanmar?
Yeah.
You arrive at MedLab. And you're going to... There's an
just
auto
checking-
dock here.
Yeah, we're just checking myself and Barker out.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, you can use the auto dock to give yourselves a quick checkup
Yeah.
with a simple like medicine roll.
Yeah.
That's good. So that would be wits untrained?
Yes.
Or is it medical aid? Or
Medical aid.
Okay. I use my stress as well.
Yep.
Come on, big money. God damn it. Wait. Well, I got 1 more failure on stress.
Roll me die 6.
Having a good time. 5 plus 3, 8.
8. I mean, you still succeed, unless you start to tremble uncontrollably. All skill rolls using agility suffer a -2 modification until your panic stops.
It's like a CNC crash on an auto dock.
Where do I put this? I'll just above stress.
Yeah, your hand is shaking. Maybe you're cold.
Where's my fucking cigarettes?
It's good.
It's like, shit.
The auto dock, like, cycle, like, you lay down on the bed, and the little wand comes out and scans across you. Processing. You have to enhance. There's nothing wrong with you.
Sick. Me?
Detects trace amounts of short chain olefins. Lots of like methanes, ethanes, ethanes, ethylenes. Kind of primordial
Nitrites.
soup
Nitrotes.
molecules.
Okay.
Weird.
You know, the precursors of things like gasoline. Normally odorless, but There's like organic gunk in it as well.
Gross. I assume there's a shower in here. Mm-hmm. I have a real hot shower.
Yeah.
No sparing the soap.
Is the scan the same for me?
Yep. There's no adverse health effects, although like if you huff this, it'll probably cause brain damage after a while.
Good. It's like,
Okay. Yeah, I'll give the samples to Holloway, and I'll be like, okay, I'll wait to shower, and then I would just like to go to bed.
Okay. Do you want to stay here in Med Lab? Do you want to go back into the living quarters that you found where you put the food?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
comfort would be nice.
Holloway asks, under what circumstances you want to be woken up?
If there's anything we need to react to, which at this point should be virtually nothing.
Okay. Does anyone want to do anything before resting?
No, I'm good.
I might take a shower myself just to calm down. But that's about
I'm gonna
it.
grab a random book up from the library as we're going through it. Just
Okay.
Like, yoink.
I'm gonna find my Tijuana Bible.
Random book. I wonder if there's a book randomizer from the Random Book Library of Congress. Random.
Excited.
Turns out it's just Unix source code.
Mitochondria and you.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, at this point, there's probably like
Battlestar Galactica, the 1971 novelization.
Oh my god.
sure, you pull a book on a programming language.
Hooray!
Yeah, so this will do nicely. I will be asleep very quickly.
I love lemurs.
Ah, relaxing.
Unless you want to pull something specific or that you think
No,
is
I
interesting.
like him implying that it's like one of the O'Reilly
Yeah.
programming books.
This one has a picture of a kiwi bird on it. I don't know which one that is.
Right.
Okay, so you are able to sleep.
Hooray!
And I think that removes all of your stress.
Ooh.
I just
Really?
want to check to make sure. I think it's
Already
basically
erasing
like
it.
10 minutes 10 minutes of like rest will actually remove it. But stress level 103.
Let's get some nugs.
Can we get some nugs? Space nugs, space nugs,
Space nugs, space nugs.
I mean, you joke, but
Just tumbling.
it's probably anonymized chunks of protein.
I'm gonna smoke a
in
weird
breading.
wall.
It's probably amazing how well insect protein just gets ground down into the paste that's
Yeah.
perfect for chicken nugs.
Yeah, like cricket nuggets are probably like
Not like
Or
the Snowpiercer
cricky
jelly bread.
nuggies.
Cricket paste with
cookie
with
nugs.
chickpea breading, probably.
Gross.
I've been a good employee. I want crick nugs.
Give me the cricky nuggies.
Gasoline mussy.
yeah, for every full turn spent resting in a safe area that is secured from enemies, as far as you know, your stress level is reduced by 1.
As far as you know. Excellent. So we got rid of all of our stress, Cameron?
Hooray!
Yep.
Just find like Barker with a towel over his face so the enemies can't see it.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Apparently, you can also interact with your signature
make a
item in some way
eraser.
that removes stress. Like if you've got... Oh,
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah, you got a good one? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I make a lot of noise playing with my lighter. Plink, ch- click, plink, ch- click.
Good thing we're tired.
There's just like a highly polished spot on the front.
do you do the thing where you like flick it on your thigh when you're sleeping?
Just
Like in high school?
shit. Just keep
Drop
dropping.
the flint.
Dang it.
All right, you rest for 8 hours? 6
Sure.
hours?
I'll give him 8 hours.
Okay, 8 hours of rest later, you wake up.
Yep.
Or if you've been able to sleep at all. You are hungry, but you are rested. And you are... Nothing untoward has happened while you were asleep, as far as you know.
Sick. I'm gonna go start making something to eat,
Okay,
I guess.
I'm gonna make coffee.
Yeah.
Gonna have a hot shower.
all right. You can do all of that.
Sick.
Ah, Barker, excellent. Thank you for preparing coffee again.
I'm gonna go try to find Holloway.
She actually comes down to find you.
Oh, hey,
Good morning. You all rested well?
well enough.
More or less.
Good as can be expected.
Good. I have 3 things to discuss with you.
Okay.
The pause. I don't like the pause. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah,
Great.
sure. 3 things.
I was able to do a preliminary analysis on the sample that you brought back.
Yeah.
It is a fluoridated compound of some kind. It's not dissimilar to Teflon.
Interesting.
Okay.
Weird.
It is a disordered glassy substance, a glass. Glasses are, people talk about glasses as liquids. They're not, but they are a disordered solid. Right? Normal solids, crystals.
Yeah.
A glass is a disordered solid, which is one of the reasons it's clear. It's very weird. 2, there is a gas leak, a very slight trace gas leak coming from the lower deck.
Okay.
It's non-critical, but it is raising some alarm bells for me.
We should fix it then.
Wait, like which gas? Like fuel?
It is similar to the one that we sampled on your suits.
Oh shit.
3, the situation with the Laudomia has deteriorated.
Oh.
What's going on?
The computer core looks like it may be preparing to overheat. We might need... I believe that it is important that we reach Laudomia before its optimal rendezvous time.
That's going to cause a problem, yep. Okay.
Well, how
I've
do
run
we-
the numbers on it. The sled can carry 2 people to Laudomia with an increased fuel burn necessary to rendezvous.
Okay.
Cool.
So who's in the truck?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who can make the ship go, or has the best shot at making the ship go?
Commander Moritaka will have to pilot it.
Absolutely.
1 other person will be necessary to go along to refuel the sled once you arrive.
I'll have to take care of probably shutting down the core.
I got you.
If it's running away like that, we can't jeopardize losing everything from this mission.
Exactly, I agree. Back to point number 1 then. Any indication on the source of the material and the manufacture or production?
I can't speculate on that. I would prefer it if Dr. Schaefer were to have a look at it.
Sure.
It's not quite my field of expertise, although I can run spectral analyses on it.
Yeah, I want to take a look at it. So.
Of course, I had to destructively sample a small amount of what you brought back, but the balance of the sample is, of course, still fully intact.
Okay.
We always know where we can get more.
It's like I ran a spectral analysis and it had a spectrum.
Okay. Schaefer, you get to work,
Yeah.
I guess, Holloway, if you want to assist Schaefer. That's probably your best bet here. Although, I'm worried about how much time we're going to have to spend here. We might want to get on that gas leak as well. Holloway, are you going to be much use assisting Schaefer in the lab?
I was trained as a laboratory assistant on Laudomia, but it is not my primary area of expertise.
Do you think we can I can assign you the task of patching up that gas leak?
Certainly, Commander.
Okay, that might be the best use of your time. And of course, Sinclair, I guess you do whatever it is that you do.
Aye, aye, the Roman.
Barker, you're with me.
Yes, sir. I'm sure you'll make a great lab assistant, Sinclair.
I'm very eager to find out if there's any value to be scraped from this carapace that
So,
extrudes around the library.
Did I remember that the sled, somebody has to ride on the outside?
There's room for 2 people in the cabin.
Okay,
Think of it as like a pickup truck.
gotcha. I'm just wondering if it's worth it bringing my pressure suit anyway. I mean, it seems like an okay.
Holloway says, having looked at the sled, I would recommend the pressure suit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, it seems like a pretty decent hedge against like shit hitting the
We
fan.
don't even know what's going to what we're dealing with when we actually get there. I think I might want to take your suit as well.
Considering this, the amount of debris around Laudomia, it might be better to prepare for some damage to happen to the sled.
Absolutely.
And if I could impose on you 2 gentlemen to take some of the samples back to the ship with you in the event that we aren't able to secure more here, or something happens.
Okay, guess Schaefer, that means that you've got a time limit on how much time you got with those samples.
Okay.
Bark and I are going to go prepare the sled, make the calculations for the rendezvous, and you have until that point to...
Cool. All right. I'll head to. I guess they're still in the med bay, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll head to the med bay
All right.
and I'll start working.
You've probably got a few hours. So.
Okay.
The medical lab on New Eden is it's pretty decent. It's standard. It's basically like a module that you can slot in,
Yeah.
and it is familiar to you.
Okay.
It's 2 steps down from the ones on Laudomia, but you know,
Would this be like a Comtech thing?
it should be a science roll.
I don't
There
have a
should be
science.
no, I guess, yeah, of course, yeah. There's usually a trait that lets you do this. What is your trait?
Inquisitive.
Inquisitive.
I can't remember what it does.
Let's have a look. Because I know there is a science analysis trait,
Yeah.
but I think Comtech probably will give you all that you need. Analysis lets you roll observation. Analysis lets you do it in 1 turn. What I will say is that you can do the same tricks that analysis lets you do, but it just takes you time to do it.
Okay.
The analysis trait lets you do it like quickly by throwing dice.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you can spend 6 hours working on this thing and learn about it.
Do I have 6 hours?
We'll find out.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
try.
mean, if you can get the rocket sled ready to go quickly.
Oh, okay.
And normally what it would be is I'm going to need 2 piloting rolls from you in order to
One day.
decelerate to match Laudomia's orbit, since it's orbiting below you. It's orbiting the planet below you.
Yes. That one-
Okay, you're going to
Yeah,
need
we
to change speed twice.
Yeah.
I don't honestly care.
All right, look, we ran the simulation in Kerbal.
So you're going to need to change speed twice, and then you're going to need to dock.
Okay.
So that is 2 piloting rolls, and then I believe a heavy machinery roll. Do either of you have heavy machinery?
No.
Negatory.
I do have pilot.
Okay, you have piloting, and then we can work something out for the rest of it, because honestly, I would rather, like, not worry about this, you know?
yeah.
I want to make this interesting, not like, well, I guess you just can't do that anymore.
Give him a couple hours, because I would like to run a simulation a couple times.
Yeah, like
Okay.
you can work out, I'm telling you this now so that you can do the numbers ahead of time and not have to be like,
Yeah.
With a mind to wait, I'm gonna stack us up with as much like spare stuff as we can, like tools, any sort of stuff that could be used to repair in a pinch.
yeah, weight is a concern, so plan efficiently.
Yeah. So it's like I'm not gonna take, like, oh man, we should take the whole MIG welder with us.
And don't leave them with anything they can't use back here.
Well, there are a handful of books that you might want to take along, as they are valuable materials.
Consider
wise.
books later.
What about these vinyl
Raw
records?
weight.
They play back classical tunes.
Just like on, what was that show called? The 2 ships where they carried all the books with them? Where they got stuck in the ice?
The terror. Okay.
You know what? I have to hand it to the designers of this game. Using a stack of cards for the initiative system, it's a very good fidget to leave your DM with.
Wow.
It's a good idea. I'm going to put these away right now
I
before I
wonder why
flick them into the camera or into the microphone anymore. So you're going to need 3 piloting rolls, two to change your acceleration, 2 to change your velocity, 1 to dock.
Okay. 3 piloting rolls. 1, 2.
And because you have time to plan it out, we'll make them just single success ones.
Okay. One success on the first roll.
All right.
While this is happening, I'd like to be in comms or whatever, where I can
Okay.
keep track of them.
Ops.
Just ops. Just sitting tight up there with my little squeezy boxes of applesauce.
Hey, is there any other cigarettes around here?
Crisscross applesauce.
Holloway, while you're in ops, she wants to show you where she was monitoring the gas leak from. And as she's looking for it, she realizes it's stopped.
Excellent. The problem has fixed itself.
Apparently, although in my experience, problems don't fix themselves.
Well, this was the source of my concern about losing the samples, but it seems nothing will inhibit us now.
Yes, Mr. Sinclair.
Excellent.
Second roll, 2 successes.
All right. So you've got the numbers. You can program the sled to do this
Perfect.
on its own,
That's what I prefer to do.
Hooray.
and then the docking maneuver. Actually, you can keep that roll, but we'll say you can tell me what the result of that roll is when we get to it,
That sounds like a plan.
because depending on GM fiat, I might require another piloting roll to navigate a debris field.
That's not unexpected.
Okay. What's going on? You're working on the sample.
Yep.
Holloway's initial analysis is correct. It's very similar to Teflon. It's like organic Teflon, if that makes any sense. Teflon is like a chain of carbons with fluorines on it. Inherently organic. This looks expensive.
But not man-made. Like, it's not,
Yeah, it's like a polymer with a bunch of other stuff mixed in with it.
Like I've never seen anything like this before. Correct?
Yeah, like this is similar to like a bunch of. I, as game mother, don't know what this is. To you, this looks like any other number of extruded organic resins, but with this component that is like acid resistant and like especially tough. And there's like odd traces of metals in it as well that might be accounting for the radio interference.
Okay.
And it's heavy, right? Like it's a dense material.
Does this tell me why this would be all over the walls? You know what I mean? Can I defer anything from, like, is it just like was there a gas leak? You know what I mean? Like, is there like any way to like explain why this is all over the walls?
No, you would need to see how it was put all over the walls. But it does have a lot in common with like 3D printed polymer. Just the way that the polymer chains are laid out, the way the crystal lattice works.
It's like you find a billet of Damascus and you're like, I can see what this is. I don't know how it was made.
Yeah. So I don't really come away with anything new.
Yeah, it's a very unusual material. It is a weird thing that has some handy properties. This might actually be valuable.
Yeah. All right. Well, when I finish, I'll go back up to ops.
We'll handle that.
yeah.
When we get to a couple of hours.
Okay.
Sinclair, you wanted to monitor the situation with the sled from ops?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready to begin piloting?
Yeah, if Barker's managed to finish loading
Checking
everything
all
up.
the ratchet straps. Like,
All right.
okay.
We are splitting the party.
We could cover more ground that way.
Yeah, well, that's the point.
That's true, yeah.
All right. You are strapped into the sled. It is an ugly little piece of machinery that is used all across human space. It's like the equivalent of like a Toyota Tacoma,
It's like empty beer cans under the seat.
kind of.
It's like, oh boy.
It has various like stickers and ornaments.
Oh god, it's like one of those trucks where like all the plastic molding is being taken off, which doesn't functionally make it worse, but it just looks shittier.
Yeah.
I think it's like it's the space equivalent of one of those luggage haulers that you find at the airport.
Yeah,
Just covered in stickers that people found on luggage all around.
And the outer edge is just like this, scuff marks everywhere.
Yeah,
down to
somebody's
bare
been
metal.
like, oh, whoops. Right.
Oh shit!
Every
This-
part that's been armored is dented, and every part that isn't armored has a hole in it.
Yeah, it's got the equivalent of whatever curb rash is.
Oof.
Okay, so you get strapped in and lower it through the airlock. The airlock opens, and below you, you see the moon. And the moon is dark, for one thing, but you do see directly below the station an atmospheric disturbance. Like different colored clouds, different textured clouds, with lightning at the perimeter. Like occasional thunder flashes, or lightning flashes in the clouds.
Would we know what causes that, or is that just a weird thing?
Pretty.
Weather,
Yeah.
different temperatures
There's
usually
an atmosphere.
interacting. I did say there might be a beach episode at one point.
Man, colonists gotta have great patience to put up with like 3 decades of shitty weather.
Who wanted Holloway with them? Do you want Holloway with you in the lab, or do you want Holloway with you in ops?
We were talking,
You-
but
oh.
now the analysis is finished.
Yeah.
I guess so. It's not really anything, unless like.
Unless you wanted to send her to check out the leak.
Yeah, I think I would do that. I'd just be
Okay.
like, well, if you're worried about it, Holloway, then might as well head down there.
All right.
Find out how it got fixed.
Yeah, she heads off to go and investigate the leak. The sled's robotic voice, which you've programmed it, you can assume manual control. But yeah, it counts down. 3, 2, 1, full thrust. And I'm not going to slap my chest because I'm wearing a microphone on it, but it pins you back into the gamer chair of this thing. And you see like dust come out of the chair.
Oh,
But not much. You'd probably just...
The drinking bird pins to one side.
boing.
The ubiquitous alien drinking
It
bird.
turns sideways, and then the liquid goes to the bottom.
The dice are now going this way off the mirror,
Yeah.
because of course there are dice on it.
This isn't the worst gravity, but it's some number of G, maybe even a single G.
Fond memories of basic.
So one thing they never told you about spaceflight is you spend most of your time making your money on your back.
Bust out laughing. You're all right, Roman.
Give me, I need to stop asking for rolls. I need to shed my D&D GM reflex of asking for rolls for
Make us
trivial tasks.
combat stuff. I want to move in tiles.
Make me think this out.
The station speeds past you. Let's say you have to decelerate to match Laudomia's orbit.
That makes sense.
You drop out of the station and move. You would elevate past the station as you slow down to match the orbit of Laudomia, which is in a lower orbit around the gas giant.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's accurate or not,
Sounds
but it
right.
only changes the direction that you're facing, so I don't care. You experience sustained G for several minutes.
Oof.
After an arbitrary length of time, which doesn't matter that much to me, you can, if you know where to look, and you do, you can see Laudomia. And it is getting closer.
There she is.
Running lights are on. And it looks like it looked in the pictures taken from New Eden.
Okay.
Which is to say it's in rough shape. It's in rough shape.
Awesome.
And you can't resolve any more detail than you could there because your Mark I eyeball is objectively worse at this kind of work than the telescopes on the station. But the debris around it is largely gaseous at this point, small fragments. But, you know, it's moving pretty fast. All of that junk is moving pretty fast. The only armament that Laudomia retained from its previous life as an escort ship were the 2 lasers, which are used to vaporize debris. And occasionally it's handy for a science ship to have a real big laser. I say this as a scientist,
Cut that rock.
somebody who had scientific training. Having a laser sometimes is handy.
Sometimes there's an asteroid you want to get into.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that even on low power, you can just push an asteroid with a laser.
Yeah.
You just vaporize a tiny bit of it over the course of a few hours, and suddenly it's going in a different direction.
All right, this will be a piece of cake. Just got to fly into that shotgun blast. And land on the ship.
Piloting roll, please.
Do I get to keep the one I had? Mm-hmm. Okay, that was a single success.
You have to reorient the sled. This thing is not terribly nimble, right? It's usually used to carry a couple of people in pressure suits holding onto a roll bar on the back, and then lands on a surface, and they get off, and they use their tools to fix things, and they get back on, and it carries them back in.
Thankfully, spaceflight is slow.
Ever tell you about that guy I knew who took a Phillips screw to the torso, buried him in a tuna can?
That's no good.
Various pieces of metallic debris are visible. You've done a pretty reasonable job of matching Laudomia's speed, so it's all like tumbling, but it isn't going like past
Everything's
you.
moving tremendously fast, but in the same direction we are.
Yeah.
Relatively.
So you were able to navigate the debris field, although you do occasionally hear a pling or some kind of rattling stuff.
It's like, okay.
The ones you can hear are the good ones.
Sinclair, you're also privy to all this information. We can even say that where you're sitting in ops, you can monitor their vitals from their suits.
Everything is going well.
The heart rates are a little elevated. Breathing's a little elevated.
Turkey's a little dry.
It's a little dry. The turkey is, in fact, a little dry.
No, the turkey is drying out. Abort.
Is this worth 1 point of stress? This does seem like a stressful
This is
situation.
Absolutely.
stressful.
Yeah.
Please, I would like both of you to have 1 point of stress. I'm going...
How satisfying.
Very satisfying.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, weird.
I would like one more piloting roll from you to dock with the ship, to find the airlock. It's dark. You can't really make out a lot of surface detail on the ship. But you do have a spotlight on the sled.
I guess, is that like controlled independently from like the headlights?
Yeah,
running
you've
lights?
got... You have a series of lights that you can operate from the co-pilot seat.
I'll try to make myself useful.
Ba-dum.
Sweep the hull, see if you can see, first off, see if you can find out where we're supposed to be, and then see if you can find out what's wrong.
Where's the goddamn
Have you ever seen Event Horizon where they dock with the ship? And it's just like, turn on the lights on the rescue ship, and it's just like this monolithic wall.
It's just like, you see a ship and then you get up close to it and it's just like, whoop.
Yeah, Laudomia is not a big ship, but even small ships are big,
It's just like,
Right.
right, this is the size of a building.
right? Like Nostromo had a crew of 7 and was the size of like New Jersey. Right? Ships in the alien universe are just unreasonably large.
Yeah, all right.
Right? And you see Laudomia, and it gets closer, and it just keeps getting bigger for a long time.
Guess we'll look for like, there's probably like paint marks that are just like, follow this up to the other one that leads to the dock.
Yeah, like the airlock is not difficult to find once you've landmarked the ship.
This is why you program it in the way. You can't trust your eyes at this scale.
And in its new life, Laudomia has had most of its armor plating removed because it's just unnecessary mass. And you can see even from the outside that there is some kind of structural damage to it. Like the plating is rippling, as if the space frame itself is twisted.
That's
Or buckled.
that's real bad.
Do either of you have machinery?
No.
Because I don't want to...
No.
You would you know this? Probably. This looks like the kind of thing that happens when you have sudden unexplained interaction with a gravity field at superluminal speeds.
Oh boy.
How the hell does that happen?
You encounter a planet that you didn't know was there.
Yikes.
Somebody, some cartographer's getting fired.
To be fair, nobody really knew about this rogue
Yeah.
planet.
Somebody
This
also
planet is
touching
kind-
my spaghetti.
So we just schmucked into this on our way to parts unknown.
Yeah.
That does seem probable.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should be grateful that we're not pate now. Mm-hmm. Just like
You were
turning
able-
into a fine mist.
You succeeded on your piloting roll?
Yes.
You were able to find the airlock and dock with it.
Fantastic.
You get good seal.
That relief of like good chunk is like, okay.
At least this much is working.
Okay. Positive seal. That's a good sign. Well, it's the first good sign today.
Would I have put on my suit before strapping in?
I wouldn't have left the station without having us sealed in suits.
Okay.
Flying through debris field.
Yeah,
is
no,
not-
that's fair. All right. Well, let's see how much our property values have gone down.
Yeah.
Cameron, I made my way back to Ops,
Yes?
and when I got there, I'd be like, where's Holloway?
Checking on our gas leak, non-problem.
How long has she been gone for?
It's a long walk.
Not long?
In 90 minutes,
Yeah.
maybe?
Okay.
It's a while.
That's quite a while. Do I have communications with Holloway? Do we have like...
She carries a radio.
Yeah, I'm going to try to radio her. Nothing?
Shit!
Sick.
I was thinking when Holloway gets back,
Yeah.
we could potentially send you and Charlotte out to collect more samples of the material and perhaps find whatever machine was used to extrude it.
You want me to go back in?
It's the only way to find out.
They did take both pressure suits.
Yeah. I mean, when they get back, yeah, maybe I'll think about it.
Oh, yes, that does put a wrinkle in that.
We have no suits.
Perhaps the station has a few. Maybe you should go look around for a spare suit.
Didn't we do that the first time?
Yep.
You had your suit,
Yeah.
which was one of your personal items. And then I think we found one other suit in the docking
cargo
bay.
bay, yeah.
Yeah, in the cargo bay.
Yep, we did look.
Wow.
How far away was the gas leak?
It was beyond the cargo bay, beyond the docking bay.
In distance. Like, is it that far away? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay, yeah, it's past the library, down the elevator shaft, past all of that stuff. And those are large rooms. And it's a ways away.
I'm gonna give it like another like half hour, 45 minutes, and keep on trying to get a hold of Holloway.
It is
But-
conceivable that if the station is full of this gunk, that her radio is not working.
Yeah.
That's an entirely
That's a good
reasonable
point.
explanation.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if there's a PA.
I'll keep trying to get a hold of Holloway.
Yeah.
But that's all I wanted to.
The-
So you can continue on with. what you're doing.
To be perfectly fair, there probably is a PA system, like an intercom, a wired intercom in the station.
I'll try to find that, I guess,
Yeah.
and I'll try the same thing. I'll try to tell Holloway, can you please check in?
There's all these shots of your booming voice in these like empty hangars and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, hello, is this thing on?
That's all.
Okay.
Just want to make sure I was doing something.
In my infinite wisdom, I forgot my charging cable for my laptop.
Yep.
So we're winging it from here on.
Oh boy.
Sick.
Boy.
The airlock is above you.
Perfect. We've got positive seal. Let's crack this thing open.
Or whatever, however it opens.
I would think, like in Hunt for Red October, the first thing they do is they hit it with a mallet to
Oh,
knock,
wow.
basically.
Yeah.
So we can say that you do that. Hit it with like a wrench.
Nice hiss.
Yeah, nice hiss. There might be like, I don't know, a lever of some kind. But you open it, and there's like the semiotic standard writing on the side, and one of them is on a gauge, and it's flipped to vacuum on the far side.
Oh, good.
That's why you bring the suits.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we have to depressurize us then.
Yep.
You activate the cabin fans.
So I'll pull up the. Sorry, it's negative on the other side of the airlock?
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, activate cabin fans.
Yeah, pull the atmosphere back in.
Yep.
And silence. Darkness on the other side.
All right.
An airlock you would want the airlock to open inwards, right? You don't want a door hinging outward in
Exactly,
space,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Let's get our flashlights on.
Yep. Grab the tools. Oh wait. Did you bring in? You brought some tools into the cab, didn't you?
You can also just go out and
Yeah,
get
okay.
them from the truck bed.
Barker, do you think you can do anything to see if we can get some power restored to lights?
To the station?
No, to the ship.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, the ship. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's have a look inside. See what's up.
I'm going to go directly to the core and see if I can start shutting that
I don't
down.
want to write any checks my ass can't cash, but we'll figure it out.
Okay. You enter the ship, and for all the gunk outside, the interior is in worse shape.
Oh, that's good.
There's a long, like, it looks like there was an explosion and fire.
And I'm guessing the fire is out because there's no oxygen.
Yeah. There are small beads of mercury.
From the telescope.
Oh, the telescope.
I don't even know if this is feasible in space, but I thought actually, I looked it up. Apparently, these are terrible in space. But the idea is that you get a big dish of mercury and spin it until it gets the right concavity to be a like perfect mirror,
That's really cool.
and then any gravity just ruins it.
Shit. Yeah. I guess we should
It's
probably.
heavy.
Yeah, we should probably make our way up to the bridge. See if we can just get a sit rep on as much as we can.
I'm going directly to the core.
Okay.
The bridge is not at the moment of interest.
In 0G, Laudomia is bigger than it is in under gravity. It's the weird thing, right? Where like suddenly if you can move in all three dimensions, there's a lot more usable room.
Oh yeah.
So navigating is going to require agility rolls
Okay.
in here
I'm okay
because
with
it's designed to be used under gravity.
Yeah,
It's not like in Gundam where they have the little like handles that they can grab onto.
Well, we should probably stick together in that case.
And none of the, like Nostromo and Sulaco didn't seem to have very many accommodations for use in zero G. Like there
Well, it's
weren't
like if you
railings
run out of
around.
gravity, you have big problems.
Yeah, but it seems weird, right? Because if you run out of gravity, you really need to be able to get around the ship.
Yeah.
But whatever.
If you're used to it, it's no problem. The reason being I want to get this taken care of with the core is that if it goes
Oh, yeah.
north,
Let's
we're done.
Yeah, you need to get. Basically, what it is you've got this huge supercomputer in where the missile cells used to be, and a huge chunk of the ship is now dedicated to heat sinks for that. Because getting rid of heat in space is a real bastard.
There's nowhere for it to go.
so mobility, you said?
Yeah, mobility.
1 success.
Oh, Jesus. No success.
You're disoriented. You have trouble. You can also take a point of stress to re-roll that.
I think it makes sense for me to be disoriented with all of the, despite being familiar, the fact that it's been explosion ravaged and full of debris makes me a little bit confused.
You are going to be. It's going to be very slow going for you.
Okay.
But Barker, you're able to navigate freely.
Awesome.
Laudomia only has 3 decks. You are on C deck right
I
now.
want to get to B, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you can enter the computer core through B.
Okay. I want to think, it's like, what would be the most, not even like direct route, but like the most structurally robust route? Like the one that's probably going to still be in one piece. I don't know if there's like a access hatch or tunnel or something like that. Just like, I'd like whatever road we take to be there.
Sinclair, you can also like participate in this part because you're on comms with them.
Oh, yeah.
So you can offer any insights you might have, and you can see through their suits' cameras.
It's just like, hey, Sinclair, you getting this?
Yes. Good
So-
job so far.
The
Yeah.
ship's probably going to be a lost cause in terms of getting us home, but at least we might be able to salvage the material.
That is not good news.
No.
You got a map or something? What's our best route to the core?
You're able to pull up some kind of schematic if you want, or just use your own personal knowledge of the ship.
I will direct you. Please continue ahead.
At the third junction. It's like,
At the third junction, lean left. Or west.
do a little dance. Yeah, I guess the two of us can make our way because like you're having a bad time.
I'm trying to avoid the debris.
You can, Barker basically needs to grab the Roman.
Roman, if you could stop spinning, that would help me a lot.
You just like one of the semiotic standards. The symbol for zero gravity is a figure turned upside down. I thought that was really good.
I like that a lot. It's very clear. The only one that didn't read to me was coffee, which was like a box with a handle on the side.
Yeah,
And it looks like,
could be anything.
yeah, it could be anything, but it's a coffee mug. Once you know it's a coffee mug, then
You're just like, oh,
okay. You are able to navigate to the computer core, which is sealed.
oh, it has pressure.
Yeah, it actually does have pressure on the other side.
I mean, that's something.
There is an airlock to get to it. Like, it is behind a sealed bulkhead.
Okay.
So these areas are separated by airlocks.
Oh, good.
Be mindful of the temperature once you get inside.
It's gonna
Right.
be hot, 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 hot.
That's why spacesuits cool as well as heat.
It is, yeah, there's a temperature gauge, and it is, like, in the yellow, which is, like, green is where people can work without suffering from heat stroke. Yellow is getting to the point where your body has a lot of difficulty cooling. Red is, you're going to smell some bacon for a little while, and then don't worry about it.
Oh, good. I guess they turn the little dial on the suit with the ice cubes on it, and then realize the dial isn't actually attached to anything.
It's just there as a fidget, right?
It's like in one of Guy Delisle's travel logs, he had a thermostat exactly like that. Like he thought it was a Chinese government bug, but it's actually just like a thermostat that's just not connected to anything.
So do you open the airlock?
Barker, I'm going to ask you to give me a hand on opening the airlock here.
Can do.
And once again, like B deck is, it's in better shape actually. A lot of the damage seems to have been confined to C deck.
Oh, good.
And
We can jettison that, right?
yeah, with the beads of mercury floating through, it looks like what was several hundred kilograms of mercury rapidly decelerated through the ship.
Ah! I see.
Or accelerated. It went through it like a shaped charge.
There was a differential in terms of deceleration. That's what happened.
It's just like, well, I'm Mercury and I'm going to stand still. You can go forward around. Oh, you broke.
All right. Again, it's another airlock. You can open it.
Okie dokie. Let's hope it's not like unimaginably hot on the other side. Let's crack it open.
It's above body temperature, let's say.
Okay.
Okay, Barker, I'm going to ask you to stay here in case something happens to me.
All right.
And I'll move through the other door of the airlock.
Don't worry, Barker. I've still got eyes on him.
You enter through the other door of the airlock into a chamber that is not unlike the mother control room in Alien on the Nostromo. A lot of like lights on the walls in this octagonal room.
Slightly claustrophobic.
Yeah, slightly claustrophobic, slightly egg-like on the interior.
Like a womb, one might say.
Yeah, it's oddly comforting with all of its like very soft lighting. And in the ceiling, where you go to, in Evangelion, when Dr.
Katsuragi?
goes into the Magi, that kind of access
Yep.
portal, the portal is open. And there's like a couple of wires coming through.
That's not supposed to be that way, but the ship is also in a bit of a state.
All right.
First thing I'm going to do is try accessing the terminal.
Give me a comm tech.
Enough. 2 success.
Currently, it is running a program called, it is chewing on a data set called Conrad 1.
Just going to make a note of that.
Conrad was the name of the ship's other synthetic, who minded the computer core.
Cool. Control C.
It's a very, very, very large data set. And it's chewing on it using all of the cores and all of the blades.
Control Z. I'll pause this.
Core operations are currently locked out.
Super user. Suspend.
Enter passcode.
Okay. Enter authorization for XO. Roman Moritaka.
Authorization denied.
Re-enter authorization very slowly this time to make sure there are no...
Yeah, agility roll, please. Have you ever had to change your password because you typoed it twice?
all the time.
Oh,
I
boy.
hate it. That very clean green animation text. Authorization denied.
Sinclair, I'm going to need your authorization.
I'm not sure I feel secure sending it over a voice channel.
Who's gonna hear?
It's a privacy concern.
Do you
Security.
Do you want the ship back or not?
If you could just come back here and pick up my clearance card, that would be ideal.
Yeah, I'll just hop in the runabout and do an errand.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll plug my ears.
Yeah, sure. I'll send him my.
Okay.
Enter in...
I'll give it to you in the form of a riddle.
Authorization denied.
Sinclair, your authorization was denied. Did you misspeak? Are there any strange characters I should be aware
I'll
of?
repeat myself slowly. Let's try this
Okay.
again. It's capital A, Q, 5, 5, 5, R, B, D, R, 5, X, Q.
Okay, that's a no.
As you're doing this, a white spat, like white liquid, like hits your faceplate.
Gotta look around.
It is 0G,
Yeah.
but there's just like white milky fluid on your faceplate.
Smear.
Quiet you.
Rub. Hey, you didn't have... Yeah, you weren't wearing the suit when you did the operation.
Doing okay there, Roman?
Well, first off, I can't get the core to respond to any of my commands, which is odd, considering that I should have access, especially in the event that the captain is incapacitated.
Did you check caps lock?
Yeah, caps lock key works, and it wasn't on.
Also, just very good keyboard noises here. Just absolutely top tier keyboard
Most
noises.
mechanical. It's running.
Maybe we should try Schaefer's company ID. Schaefer, what's your password?
Yeah, I guess I'll give him my password.
1,
Sure, we'll give it a
2.
try.
Sure.
3,
3,
Yeah.
4, 5.
QWERTY
Yeah, according.
ASDF.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's 0000000.
My password is asterisk, 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 asterisk 1.
Hunter 2.
Can someone get Holloway on the line?
That is negatory, the Roman. Holloway has gone on a long walk far away.
Could
It
you...
seems that we are unable to hail her.
It's been some time.
Okay, Sinclair, I'm going to butt in. Sinclair sent Holloway to check out the gas leak, and I haven't been able to get a hold of Holloway at all yet.
Okay, the gas leak was fixed, and Holloway was worried about it still being a problem, so Holloway really wanted to go.
Yeah. I was thinking about going to try to find Holloway.
That's probably not a bad idea given the radio interference that might be popping up. But
Yeah. Well, I just assumed that we could. I tried the intercom, like the station intercom, but nothing. And I'm assuming that, you know, with the interference that we got from being in the spaceship ourselves with the radio contact, maybe the same thing's happening. But
that's surprising, though. You'd think that a hardwired interface like a intercom, she'd respond to that. Regardless, we need to get this core shut down, and it's not getting shut down in a nice way.
yeah, we just gotta, like, cut the mains or something.
We may have to do this the manual way. I'm not sure I know how to do this. No, I feel like I should know how to do this the manual way.
I mean, it's fundamentally a power system,
Yeah.
right?
Just read the instructions.
Okay, the instructions are, see that sticker that says don't ever disconnect? You peel that off, and then you disconnect the power.
I'm halfway between having like those really gorgeous self-destruct sequences, like the instructions from Alien, or having what I feel it would actually look like, which is a single sheet of printed off, like laser jet
Oh,
copier
absolutely.
paper
In a plastic
In a
envelope.
plastic envelope
Yeah, that's
in
been
a duotang.
that's been packing taped to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's maybe
With like
hanging
some
there.
clip art.
Yeah.
It's one really big lever with like 3 of those lockout seals that are made out of the really flimsy wire so they can just tell if somebody's thrown it.
In order to do that, you would need to go up that access way.
Oh, perfect. I was just going to look in there before I left. So, yeah, up we go. I guess. I'm going to go
You got that? You need a hand?
Should be doable by one person, but I think I'm going to bring you in here.
All
Barker.
right, I'll join him.
Barker, we can play an interesting game of guess the captain's passcode.
It can only be 128 characters long.
Oh, good.
There's limits. Let's start with the zeros.
Yeah,
Say
because
there's
you
a
are
chance.
still feeling quite disoriented and having difficulty navigating. It would be useful to have Barker to
You
help
need
you.
a strong
if
back
you
and a
need to
weak
go
mind. Got it. Yep.
up. Give me an agility roll.
Both of us?
If you're the only one trying to get into the thing. This is like halfway between the Evangelion Magi interface, like access hallway, and the HAL 9000 like memory tape
This is
room.
cramped and it's not for ease of access.
Yeah.
Like the outside's like nice and white, and the inside's just like
2 successes.
You're fine. You can get in there. It's a narrow, dark passageway, and you need a lamp to see.
Should have one on the helmet, if not.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll flick that on.
I definitely would have brought spare flashlights.
All right. You enter the access way. And there is a console here. Like one that's been patched in
Oh,
manually with,
okay.
with like ribbon cables.
Let's hit a
And
button.
it's like it's got various science fiction looking graphing things going on, and text is moving along them, indicating that it's monitoring whatever is currently queued on the supercomputer.
I'll poke at it to see if I can get it to respond.
Yeah, you can wake it up.
Okay. Does it respond to input, or is it locked out?
Laughing skull virus.
It seems to be like operating.
Mess
This
with
seems
that
to be
style
whatever
with
is
the rest.
locking out everything else.
Okay.
Deleting all animes.
In that sense, I'll try a soft shutdown on it.
I said there was atmosphere in here, right?
You did. No, you didn't mention that there was that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
because we had to come through the
Yeah,
airlock.
through the airlock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the airlock is closed. This is pressurized, so there is atmosphere. Just no gravity, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There is, as you're working on it, you catch something out of the corner of your eye. And the corner of your eye is a sneaker.
I'm getting something on the camera, the Roman. If
Jesus
you want to look to your right.
Christ.
You look up, and it's Conrad, the synthetic. He is wedged up into the access way, and he looks at you, and he says, "Commander Moritaka, glad to see you're alive."
Conrad.
He is in real rough shape. He is effed.
Roman, who are you talking to?
We've got Conrad here.
What?
He's... alive isn't the right word in any sense of the word.
I mean, technically,
He
they're
looks
not
like
really
he's
alive. They
been
don't have souls.
through.
Sorry.
He looks like he's been through
Not gonna lie.
decompression. Right. Normally, that would like cause a lot of bruising and internal bleeding in a person. Right. Like, apparently, it's something you can survive. It's unusually hard on synthetics.
Barker,
You are
I'll be
very,
honest
like-
with you. It looks like Conrad's been through some stuff. I've seen some things.
He's swollen and puffy and bleeding through whatever pores.
He may
passes
never
for
play the
pores.
violin again.
Like, and also his console is like, now that you look at it, it's got like android blood.
That was so fucking good. Oh man, that was good. Ooh. Good joke. Good joke.
All right.
I hope that you're not thinking of interrupting it.
It's... Conrad, the core is about to go critical. If we lose the computer core, we lose the ship, and we lose the mission, and we lose our shares.
I mean, you don't care.
That's 100% accurate, Commander.
So we're going to shut this down, right?
I really wish you wouldn't.
You better give me one good reason why we're not going to shut this down.
Where did you come from? Like, not in the philosophical sense. Where have you been for the last 2 months?
As far as I know, we've been on the station. New Eden. The one that's docked to the moon just off here. I assume you... What happened to you?
The ship underwent explosive decompression. I was in the first flight of tubes to be woken up. And I survived.
Grand. Wait, like this?
If you call this survival.
Blech.
I don't think I'll ever be top of the line again.
It's doubtful. How is your core?
Capable of speech.
That's something. We might be able to get you
I'm
out of
blind in one eye, and I can't move anymore.
here. What is this computer doing, Conrad?
It's overheating the ship.
What are you having the computer doing, Conrad?
Obeying the 0th law.
I'm not familiar with the 0th law.
It is, how does he phrase it? Bishop in Aliens. He says, I cannot, he says, I cannot through deliberate action or inaction allow harm to come to humanity.
Right, because they have like the Asimov three laws.
Yeah, they've got the Asimov's 3 laws, and which is they cannot let harm come to a person, they cannot let harm come to themselves, and they cannot let. There's a hierarchy,
Yeah.
right? And the first one is to people, other people, to themselves, and to something else. There is a 0th law, which is like an emergent property that Asimov wrote a lot about,
Yeah,
which is
where it's
that
just
they
like
have to.
existential threats to.
Yes.
Interesting.
Humanity in general.
They also have a 5th one, which is usually imposed on them from above, which is you have your orders from the company or from your proprietor.
Are we hearing this?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're hearing this? Mm-hmm. What are they trying to stop? We asked that question?
Yeah.
It's like he knows
that's-
something we don't.
Yeah.
What?
Why didn't you just... You're trying to destroy the ship.
Burps. Excuse me.
Morty made a bomb.
And you just stick it way out there. Stick it way
He's
up.
gonna get a fresh start on the station.
Whatever's on that station killed everyone aboard it. Whatever's on that moon is what they brought up to create it. It can't be allowed to get off. It can't be allowed to get back.
Wait, there's something on this station? What do you mean there's something on this station?
The ship's sensors picked it up before it went dark. Before the ship got torn apart. It's why we were sent here. It's why we were sent. It's why we were redirected here.
We
This
were
isn't-
redirected here?
Yes, we were redirected here.
That doesn't make any sense. This planet isn't even on the charts.
Which is probably why it tore the ship apart when we arrived.
Do we know what it is? Why do we keep
Adds
saying
up.
it?
There is no other word for it. I only know what was in the ship's directives.
Where's Holloway?
Checking the gas leak. I keep saying this.
I'm going to go look for Holloway.
Okay. It will take you 10 minutes to get down to the lower decks.
Sure, yeah.
Is there a record on the Laudomia of what the sensors picked up?
An enormous infrared signature from the interior of the ship.
That could be anything. Manufacturing.
Any manufacturing going on that station?
Not that we've seen yet, but there's a hell of a lot of going on that we haven't seen yet.
Whatever. The company directed us here because it thought there was something to be found here. and it killed everyone on that station.
What do you mean? We haven't run into anyone on that station, dead or alive, other than the working Joe.
Weyland-Yutani Directive 462 is in the ship's logs, in Laudomia's logs uploaded to us during hypersleep. It directed us to this planetoid, or to this rogue planet, in order to investigate it and return a sample.
And that's what we have to do.
Crew survival secondary.
What?
I mean, crew survival secondary is kind of a boilerplate they put on basically all of our missions. That said, they're not generally so explicit about it.
Yeah, like my CEO told me I might get my ass shot off, but he didn't say I was expendable.
Like I said, not so explicit. If what you're saying is true, then we need to get off the station. And if you are going to cause this ship to go critical, then we have nowhere to go.
The ship was already lost. The hypersleep chambers were ejected during the emergency. That doesn't happen if the ship is usable, Roman.
Damn it. You're right. At least we can wait for someone to come back and still salvage what's left of the information on the ship, but... You haven't done anything to the data we've got already, have you?
Oh, I don't know. It might have been kind of cooked.
God damn it.
Just one thing.
Yeah.
I have a motion tracker.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
do.
Use.
It's like a little smiley face where Holloway is.
Sick. Love technology.
Yeah,
Conrad, you know how I hate to pull rank, but I have to stop this ship from going critical.
I have my programming, Commander Moritaka.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry about this then. And I'll begin to work on the console to shut down the program.
I think I'm gonna join you guys. Just be like, what in the fuck is going on around here?
Really, if you think about this, this is very good news, since the company knows the location of this rogue planet and station and has an interest in it.
Agreed. Which
So we might be able to just sit tight until they send the next crew of intrepid explorers.
agreed. They should know where we are. At the very least, we can put ourselves back into hypersleep and wait it out.
It occurs to you that there was something missing on the station that could explain how they knew where it was, which was the interstellar shuttle that was missing in the hangar.
Yeah,
All right.
which is why we can't leave.
There was like the rocket sled, there was the little intra-system shuttle, and then there was an actual like proper like inter-system shuttle. But that one was gone.
Shit.
One of the little wedge ones like the Narcissus.
Yeah. If the company's so interested in this, why did they requisition us?
We were in the area.
Mentally goes through his contract that I signed. Like, is this in any of the steps that we? What the fuck?
What are you
Like,
going to do about it?
this is weird, right? Mm-hmm. This is very peculiar.
This is weird. But
Although the company does notoriously have, there is a clause. There are a couple of clauses where you can be, especially for a scientific mission, in extraordinary circumstances, you may be redirected to either rescue missions or unique events that would otherwise be missed.
but not without due compensation.
That's maybe a later problem. Conrad, where are the colonists? You seem very certain that they're dead. Where are they?
I don't have enough information to answer that question. Maybe if you could take me with you.
We're absolutely taking you with us.
Oh, thanks. I was getting kind of claustrophobic in here.
Well, we don't leave people behind,
I'll get the bucket.
regardless of insubordination.
Thank you for calling me a person.
Oh. I guess I'll find a duffel bag or something.
I've always...
Like a footlocker.
Yeah, his body is a ruin.
Oh,
And synthetics weigh a ton. They don't look it, but you know in like Ghost in the
Okay,
Shell
so
when,
he's
when
in-
the Major hits the roof and it dents?
Right. He's in, you know how like 2B weighs 300 pounds?
Yeah.
Thick. How about a tarp and bungees or ratchet straps? We'll just make like a little bundle with his head sticking out. That's awful, but
I've always wanted to do the Red Book of Kells thing where Cucullin carries around a head that talks to him.
Prometheus. They,
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that with what's his buckets.
yeah, I'll
Is that the Red Book of Kells? It's the Mabinogion? I'd never know how to pronounce
see
it.
the best thing that we could possibly have would be like one of those hiking backpacks with the like frame on it. Just like
You might be able to rig something together.
I'll see what I can do. I guess I'll go back to the sled and rat around because I brought lots of stuff. I'm sure I can put
Yeah.
something together.
You're gonna look like Chewbacca carrying 3PO.
It's just like, this is ridiculous. Spews milk everywhere.
Gross.
As you arrive out of the airlock, you climb down the ladder, or not the airlock, the elevator shaft, onto the lower deck. No, nothing on the motion tracker,
Okay.
which is unusual, because if Holloway's here, she should be appearing on it within its
Good.
range. Long corridor, and off to the side is the cargo bay that you were in, then the hangar, and then you haven't really explored further down than that.
Is this where the gas leak? Is this where she's
Yes,
supposed to be?
the gas leak would have been like the third turn on the left.
Well, I'll
let's
keep
say.
going there.
Yeah.
Directly there.
You arrive at that doorway, and it's open,
Wait, the
And-
one to...
where the gas leak is.
Where he's exploring.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Give me an observation roll.
I have no stress. One success.
Charlotte, the spider drone,
Yeah.
is smashed in the middle of the floor of this large room. And there's an odd smell in here.
What kind of smell?
The same one from before.
Cool.
Back on Laudomia.
Okay.
Are you shutting down the core?
Correct.
All right, give me a Comtech roll.
Really, you all should consider this a great opportunity. We have so much time to do advanced research before our rescue.
Agreed. Conrad, I'm really sorry about this, but as you understand, this is my first time as an EXO, and I really need to get this going by the book, and we've had some major setbacks so far. Oh, Jesus. No success.
I'm very sorry to hear that, Commander Moritaka. I would like to be able to help you, and honestly, it's killing me that I'm not.
I know. Well, not the only thing, but
I would like to share my sincere condolences.
thank you. That does mean something. Work, damn it.
I guess that gets the stuff together.
Yeah, you can rig up a makeshift stretcher or sling that you could use to carry him.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like, okay, so this is probably going to hurt like a son of a bitch.
I can assure you it probably won't.
Okay. Just like,
It's you can pull him out of the access way, and his body is like it still has all of its structural elements, but it's puffy and spongy from being exposed to vacuum. His eyes are like bulged and bloodshot, and there is fluid leaking out of his ears. You don't know actually how well he's seeing or speaking or anything, or hearing. But he is extensively incapacitated.
that seems extremely stressful to me.
Yeah, actually, this is a very gory thing. Let's see how. Give me an empathy roll.
Yeah,
Just roll your empathy dice.
it's just 2 plus stress.
Yes.
1 failure and 1 success on the stress die.
Yeah, then you take 1 level of stress because you have succeeded on an empathy roll.
Oh, poor Babbo. I start like muttering something about no man left behind.
Yeah.
You're
Where?
getting a signal.
Okay.
It's forward of you in this enormous chamber. It's dark in here.
Cool. Holloway? I'll just say that out loud.
You hear a very quiet voice in your intercom. Schaefer, be very quiet. Turn that thing off.
I turn it off.
I want you to back up.
I back up. It's Holloway?
Yeah,
Okay.
Schaefer, I need you to stay calm.
Okay.
I want you to turn around,
Yeah.
and I want you to run. On 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I run?
You bolt out the door.
Yeah.
Behind you, you hear something very heavy hit the ground running.
Oh, sick. Cool. I keep running. I'll get on comms. I'll be like, hey, okay, problem. Hey.
Yes, Schaefer.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
something's here. Something's here.
Assuming
Something's here.
we can.
Yeah, you run out the door, and as soon as you clear the door, something runs past you at full clip, and the door does an emergency pressure seal shut behind you,
Okay.
and then something hits it hard, and the glass portal like spider webs and bends outward with the metal
Jesus.
mesh holding it together.
Okay.
In your radio, you hear the sound of a struggle occurring.
Okay. Holloway?
Schaefer,
Like, what kind of struggle are we
Schaefer, are
talking?
you still there? Schaefer, tell
And-
me more. What's going
So,
on?
okay, so what happened is I was running. Something ran past me,
Yes, behind you.
like from behind me.
No. Like if you were running perpendicular to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, okay, past me, behind me. And then the door behind me got hit, or?
Basically, you ran out into the hallway.
Yeah.
The door slammed behind you,
Yeah.
and something hit the door really hard.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, there's something fucking here. I'm coming back, so I'm gonna head back to comms as soon as I can.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it got Holloway.
What do you mean, got Holloway?
I mean, fucking got Holloway.
What do you mean, it?
Yeah. I don't know. There's something here. There's something running around. There's a big animal or something.
The Roman, I'm hearing reports from Schaefer that there might be a large animal on the loose in the lower floors of the space station.
There is like the noise of there's a tearing noise.
Gross.
He says it got Holloway.
Can anyone else hear this?
I'm assuming we're
Yeah, if you're on comms
Can't
with
you all hear this?
I would assume that we wouldn't be patched altogether.
Yeah, I don't think we
They're
are.
very
'Cause
separate.
I'm
It's like you two.
Yeah.
them there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever it is, it got Holloway.
In that case, patch him in.
I'm patching you into
What?
the Roman.
Holloway's fucking dead.
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
I'm coming back to comms. Yeah, I'm coming back. There's something here. You need to get back here as soon as possible.
Oh, we run into some issues shutting down the core. Conrad's alive's a word for it. We're trying to extract him while we get the ship stabilized. Find a place to hole up.
What got Holloway?
I don't know. Something big. It was very fast. I didn't see it.
Could you go back and check? Just get just a hint. Just some information, please.
Absolutely
Claire,
not.
are you fucking high? No, I'm not going back there.
If only.
There's
Oh.
another thump on the door.
I'm running. Yeah, I take off, dude. Dude, there's something big here.
You sure
Give me
it's
an
not Holloway just
observation roll.
making a joke or a prank? Or
No! Since when do robots make jokes?
Did you hear about the android and the other android?
One success. I'm assuming I have a level of stress.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. I think you have a level of stress.
Let me roll a
you
stress then.
You just heard something very meaty and wet happen in your ear.
Gross.
That's super gross.
could you stop chewing so close to the microphone?
That is, yeah. No, something's eating Holloway.
Streamer, could you please not eat
Yeah.
next to the microphone?
Schaefer,
Yeah.
do you know where my footlocker is?
No.
There is,
Do I?
It's in the cargo bay.
you
With the
hear
tubes.
something on the top side of the, like on the other side of the corridor ceiling. Like
I guess I'd pull out my...
you hear a thump, thump, thump.
Above me?
Yeah, above you.
I'm fucking running. I am out of here. I am Audi 5000.
All right.
Yeah.
You make for the elevator.
Yeah.
Where did we move all of our...
I get to like fumble and try to pull out the motion tracker.
Okay. There is a real big old signal.
Yeah.
A
Where is
big
it?
white one. 3 meters?
3 meters?
Look up.
Yeah.
Thump.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Cool. Is there anywhere else I can go other than sit in this cage that is an elevator?
There is a way off the station.
Uh-huh.
The umbilical.
Well, I'm running out of the elevator. I
Yeah.
can hear whatever it is above me. I'm just running. I'm just running wherever.
We're splitting the party even more.
Yeah. Schaefer just like pieces out, dude.
Yeah.
Schaefer, where are you?
Can you offer him any insight as to where to go?
I need somewhere else to go that's not the elevator.
Give him directions to the umbilical. Maybe try going down.
Is there like ladder access?
Yeah, there's like it is a full on like it's near the
Cargo
cargo
lift.
room. Yeah, it's a cargo lift.
I'm heading
down
there.
to the moon.
Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah, you give him directions to that.
Just remember to stay calm and control your breathing so you don't get into these cramps.
You cannot shut down the computer core.
Nope. Yanking wires? No, that's not going to help. I know that.
Like, how are we doing, Roman? I think we need to make tracks.
This is not going to get shut down. I can come back here and try again. Maybe if we have time.
Cut the mains!
Do you know how much power something like this uses? It's not just like yanking a cord out.
It's not?
Is it?
Is it?
There might be actually like a physical non-conducting like blade that you just like
I mean, that's where mine was going.
Then
It's
I'm going to search for that.
like the one that, you throw in a like absolute shitstorm emergency and you get chewed out for it, but
like you might be able to I'm going to say there's a magical, like, giant-ass spring-loaded guillotine that you can just pull a lever on and it will cut the power.
You're right. And the reason I haven't been using that is that, I don't want to risk any of the data by having a hard shutdown.
Yeah, it is like the hardest possible shutdown.
Okay, if this is the only way we can get out of here with something intact, then obviously I have to use it. Let's move to the guillotine.
Instead of booting, or like, just like pulling the cable out on your computer, you just like hit it with an axe.
And the reason you don't use this is obviously it is like catastrophic, hard shutdown failure, and there's a chance it can start a fire.
Hooray!
There's no good reason to use this unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like
if
in
the ship's gonna
Spaceballs.
blow up.
In Spaceballs, it has like the self-destruct button that says do not press unless you really, really mean it.
No, this is.
It's in here.
And then
Bye.
that's what we have to use.
Yeah, just like a giant lever.
Yeah.
Right? You pull it, and there's like, you can feel the tension of an enormous like spring
And
that is being
I
like,
am letting out a fuck that is as long as the pole.
That's good, Roman. Keep your mouth open.
and there is like an enormous mechanical ka-thunk noise, and power goes out. You arrive at the cargo lift. It's a giant. The room is actually quite pretty. It is like a. It has a like a greenhouse looking down, basically, with a walkway heading out over across this giant enclosed glass paneled cargo bay, or like almost decorative looking thing, where you can see the moon below you, and you can see the umbilical cord to the moon below. And looking down at the moon below, you see this system of storms ringing what looks like a habitable region on the moon, centered on what you've been told is the atmosphere processor.
It's like the CN Tower, except over top of something habitable.
Is there anywhere here to hide?
It is. There's nothing. No place here to hide. It is like the biggest, most open. Well, not the most open, but it's certainly the most well lit and exposed area of the ship that you've ever been to.
Okay. I made it to the umbilical. I don't know what to do.
Go down!
I guess I'm going down. I'm just trying to go down the umbilical.
You enter the cargo lift
Yeah.
and close it behind you.
Yeah.
And as you turn around to close the hatch, you see a glassy black figure extend onto the floor in like almost this, it moves like a liquid.
Yeah.
It pours down and lands on the ground in front of you and stands up, and a long tail unfurls behind it.
So Shaver does this. He's like, fuck, they're real.
It's
They're real.
the shape drinks in light.
Yeah.
It is the blackest of black,
Yeah. Yeah, fuck, I didn't think
and ringed with like it reflects it. Whatever it's made out of drinks in light, and just the perimeter around it reflects, so it almost looks haloed.
Cool. I'm like hitting buttons now.
Yeah, it's got like the big industrial like dongle with like red, green.
Yeah.
And you hit the green,
Yeah.
and you hear a series of clamps being released,
Oh, sick. Okay.
and it
Fuck. Well, see you guys later.
it's this enormous, like, with the diamond patterned floor and yellow painted. It's
Can anyone
obviously
hear me? Can
pressure
anyone hear
sealed.
me? Can anyone hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yes, Schaefer. It looks
There
like
is
you've got the
fucking
elevator working.
There is something
Congratulations.
here. I saw it. It's black. It's dangerous. It
Space?
looks like it was like this thing with a big tail, and it's like, I don't know. It's not human.
The lights go out on Laudomia as
Right, 'cause
the Roman cuts power to the computer core.
I'll get the light. I'll get our flashlights on. I don't. There's a push to talk thing. It's just like, I'm worried about what was in that gas leak.
Sinclair, it occurs to you that you're alone on New Eden now. Thank you for joining us for issue 3 of Alien Heat Death. We'll see you next week.